The Sunday before Easter is called Palm Sunday, when Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey and the people got really excited to see him, cheering and laying their coats and palm branches on the ground. In the days after Jesus had arrived in Jerusalem, lots of things happened, including Jesus spending time in the temple teaching, time in the Garden of Gethsemane praying to Father God, and time helping the people that he came into contact with. And as all these things were going on, the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the leaders among the people were plotting against Jesus and trying to have him killed. Then there was the special Passover meal that Jesus had with his disciples, a meal that we call the Last Supper. And Jesus washed his disciples' feet before they sat to eat. Then later on he took the bread, broke it and said, "This is my body broken for you." And then he took the wine and said, "This is my blood shed for you." He also went on to tell them that one of them would betray him. And Jesus told Peter that before the rooster crowed, he would deny knowing him 3 times. The disciple who betrayed Jesus was called Judas Iscariot. Judas went on to meet Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, greeting him with a kiss, which was the secret sign he'd arranged with the soldiers. So they arrested Jesus, but the disciples were scared and ran away. Jesus was taken to Pilate, the Roman governor. But Pilate knew that Jesus had done nothing wrong and didn't want to condemn him. The crowd was shouting and jeering for Jesus to be killed. And they even chose to set another prisoner called Barabbas free instead of Jesus. Pilate reluctantly agreed, but washed his hands and refused to condemn Jesus, handing him over to the soldiers, and he was taken to be crucified. They made him wear a crown of thorns and teased him, shouting and joking that he was the King of the Jews. Jesus was nailed to a cross alongside 2 other prisoners. Jesus wasn't angry with the soldiers or the chief priests. In fact, he asked Father God to forgive them. People continued to shout and jeer at Jesus as he hung on the cross. And as he died, he said, "It is finished." Jesus' body was taken down from the cross by a man called Joseph, who wrapped his body in strips of cloth and laid him in the tomb. Then he rolled a big stone in front of the entrance. Early on Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene went to visit Jesus' grave. She was very surprised to see the stone rolled away, so she ran back to tell Peter and John, 2 of Jesus' disciples. They all ran back to the tomb, but when they looked inside, they were shocked to find that it was empty. All that was left inside was the folded strips of cloth that Jesus' body had been wrapped in. Peter and John returned to tell their friends what they had seen, but they still didn't realise that Jesus was alive. Mary explained that Jesus' body had been taken and she didn't know where he was. As she turned around, she noticed another man who she thought was the gardener. But then the man said, "Mary." And straight away she recognised that it was Jesus. Jesus was alive. She was overcome with joy and ran back to the disciples to tell them the amazing news.